Hello
Thank
and
you.
namaste.
Namaste.
Can you please tell us your names and what you do?
My name is Pradeep Kumar,
And my name is Truptisha.
and we are the international best-selling authors of the book Sleep Code. We are also energy healers and wellness mentors.
And we are also the founder of Art of Self Healing. So, our mission is to empower people to take their own health into their own hands.
Great.
And we have various methods and modes where people can actually help themselves achieve optimal health. And this is exactly what we try and share with people, and we try and teach them those methodologies.
Yeah, and our vision is to build happier and healthier society by through the self of healing.
And how long have you been practicing this great, amazing, scientific way of living? I mean, spiritual as well. I mean, it's amazing. Tell us more about it and how you got started and how long ago.
Well, we've been in the area of wellness for over 25 years now. And in fact, throughout our lifetime, we've been practicing Ayurvedic lifestyle back home. So it has always been there within us, culturally, as well as while growing up, it was always there in our household.
Yeah, and when since childhood, my parents always taught us that your kitchen is your pharmacy. You don't need to really go outside to buy medicine because the way you cook, with what energy you cook, and everything, and also they taught us the home remedies and everything. So my father taught that how to become mentally strong in order to sustain in the life, and my mother taught all other aspect, physical, how to become healthy and how to eat properly, how to really cook and all kind of the stuff. So that way everything is integrated since childhood.
Yeah, so there isn't, in fact, any external influences as such, because this was part and parcel of our culture. And so all we did was just practice that throughout. And it has worked pretty well so far. And so we are quite content and happy about that.
And till now, I never had any medicines, allopathy medicines. So then also I was able to sustain, survive, and healthy. So it shows that you can really heal yourself. You don't need external support.
So you mentioned lifestyle. There's a name for it. You mentioned the name, right?
Ayurvedic.
Ayurvedic.
Yeah, Ayurveda is a ancient Indian medicine, and Ayurveda is more than 10,000 years old. And so traditionally, that is what we practice. And Ayurveda in itself means Ayus. The word Ayus is life, and Veda, the word Veda means knowledge. So it is the knowledge of life.
Knowledge of life.
That's right.
That's the translation.
That's the
Yeah.
correct
Yeah.
translation of it. And so that is something that we keep following. So essentially, whatever you need to uplift your life is what Ayurveda teaches you
And in what language is that?
in Sanskrit.
Sanskrit language.
That's right.
Okay.
And
So
yeah.
yeah, if you don't mind me asking, your ages, like how old are you, and you as well?
Yeah, I'm 53.
Okay,
And I'm 55.
55.
Yeah.
And So throughout your life, never needed any prescription medications or trips to the doctor every now and then.
No, we do not have family
yeah.
doctor.
You don't have a family
No.
doctor. Wow.
But it's mandatory by rule you're supposed to have. So we have, but we do not visit them.
I see. Yeah. Wow. That's
And also, other than Ayurveda, is all about how to eat and all this different lifestyle. But also, it also integrate with the yoga, and we have been practicing yoga since our childhood. And it talks about it's a unity of mind, body, and soul. So in order to bring the alignment in your life, you need the alignment in your mind, body, and soul. So this is a holistic approach.
holistic health.
Yeah.
I see. So that's culturally being given to you, passed
Yeah.
down to you from your parents and grandparents
Yeah.
growing up.
Yeah.
So this is not something you have to
No.
reach out to get. It's actually something that you
they're
were raised in the household
yeah,
with,
and given to us.
given to you from your
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah.
So what are some of your memories, if you can share with us as children? I'm pretty sure you didn't know each other back then, or I don't know, maybe if you did, but
No.
can you share with us some of your personal experiences growing up that inspired you to to continue this lifestyle, or as a child, if you got sick and something that your parents did showed you that you don't have to reach so far to
Yeah,
get treatment.
So I can really, I remember one of the things that when we were not able to sleep at night, and when we say our parents, right, that very difficult to sleep, they never say that okay, take this medicine or this. They always ask, okay, tell me how is your day went? What did you do? You had any fight with friends? Who made you upset? Because they were trying to understand that I'm unable to sleep because maybe I'm mentally disturbed, emotionally upset, or physically if I hurt myself and I have a physical pain, that kind of stuff. So they always ask, and then they just say that okay, if someone hurt you, this is the way you handle. You don't need to really worry about these things. You don't need to really think what people did and all kind of the stuff. So that way they were really giving us that kind of the guidance that any situation comes, then what you have to do holistically, or what you have to do with your mind and body, rather than take this medicine. And they never told us that okay, we will take you to the doctor.
Wow.
And actually, as a matter of fact, as we discuss in this book, sleep is a state of wellness. Sleep doesn't happen to people just by fluke. You have to take care of yourself in every sense of its being for you to attain peaceful sleep at night. And so that is why we discuss about the mental, emotional, and physical awareness and wellness in this particular book, and how you can achieve that. And so sleep, as we always say, sleep is just not an activity. It is just a state of...
And it's an art. It's an art. You need to learn how to sleep well every single day, right? So all this stuff, I think, is all about what parents pass to us. And usually when you are a child, you always learn what they tell you and they guide you.
So your children actually teach you as a parent as well. Eh?
Yeah.
You learn from your experience.
Yes.
I think what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah, you learn from experience, and also, and once you become parent, you learn from your children too. And when you are a child, you learn from your parents.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a give and take.
Yeah.
So tell us about the title of your book and what inspired you to write the book.
So the title of our book is sleep code. And as I mentioned, the inspiration comes from the time when we were new parents and we had difficulty adjusting to the parenthood and the stresses and strains that we used to carry through the day as professionals working elsewhere. And so, in order to maintain and balance all of these things, it took us a while to understand that we had to follow all of those rules and things that we were taught in our earlier stages of life. And then we started putting that into practice. And we also started realizing that there are many such parents in our similar situation are finding it hard to cope with it. And so we thought that it is only fair that we share our experiences with the rest of the world. And that is how this book was born.
I see.
Yeah, and there are three main points I can say that why we wrote this book. First of all, we had been to this situation and we found the solution, and we knew that we applied all our teaching from our parents. We applied and it worked very well. So what we thought, and also when you are a parent, you do not realize that you are passing all your anger, all your stress to your children. And this is what happened. That is what we realized. This is what happened. And when you are going to give guidance or tell them that you have to do this way, that way, they are not going to listen. So the main purpose that, if we write this book and publish, one day the young generation, our children, also when they are going to have this kind of the similar situation, they will learn from this book too. This was the reason. And the third thing, whenever you have your personal experience, your failure, your struggle, and if you find solution, how you can help people by sharing your knowledge. And this is what exactly we thought, that how we can help, because there are so many parents, they are going to have this kind of the situation, or they are right now in this situation. So that way we just thought writing a book is really helping current generation, helping the future generation. This was the main goal. So
I see. So you titled it Sleep Code. So is there a code to sleep, to figuring out how to sleep? And is there any reason why you particularly chose that title? Like, what is the code? Is like a formula? Explain it to us.
There are actually 10 codes in this particular book. And as I mentioned earlier, sleep is just not some kind of an activity to be performed. It doesn't happen all of a sudden. It is about total wellness of an individual. And so in each and every code, we start discussing about aspects where you need to take care of things. So you don't simply say, okay, well, here is the bed, here is the pillow, here is the sheet, and you just go to sleep. You have to go through certain ways, means, and methods in order to get to where you want to go. And so that is why we have given all of these codes in this particular book, which will transform an individual from the state of wakefulness to the state of dream, and then to the state of deep sleep. And so that is the journey, what we are trying to take the reader through, so that they understand fully and completely how this art is to be performed.
Yeah, and the code means also we decided to have the code. That means there are 10 codes, and you, if you follow each and every code the way we have written in that sequence, it will help you to heal your sleep. Because what happens if you have a messy life, you have a messy sleep. You have a happy life, you have a happy sleep. If you have a happy mind, you have a happy sleep. So if we say that okay, listen this music, then you will get a good sleep, no. Because if you are emotionally disturbed, if you are mentally disturbed, even if you are going to have a meditation, you cannot focus in meditation. Even if you are listening to music, your mind is still somewhere, right? So what we have really, the code has given in such a way that first you get the clarity in your life, what you want and what you don't want, and then you make choices, and then based on that, now you sub program your mind, and then you align your body clock. And this is all about, so all this code is talking about, first you do this and you align your life, you align your mind, you align your body, you align your physics, and then you have a good sleep. It's not only one thing. So this is a 10 code, and it's a code 1 means you really follow this first, then this is a sequence.
It's specific instructions on how
Yes.
to be able to get restful sleep.
Like slowly how you can completely heal in such a way that even if any problem or any challenge in your life comes, you will never lose your sleep at night.
Wow.
Doesn't matter that because sometimes people lose their sleep because something happened in their life they are unable to handle. But the way we are really showing and we are telling, this is a very very, because we have experience, we have applied in our life, and it really worked very well. Doesn't matter that what kind of the situation comes in your life, you will remain calm and you will have a good sleep every single day.
So that's basically the
Yeah,
what you're teaching in the book.
yeah.
And uh, I understand it is very needed in this society today, the way we are pressured to keep going
Mm-hmm.
and be strong
Yeah,
and work 24 hours like a robot
yeah.
and work
Multitasking.
7 days a week, multitask. You should be a multitasker.
Yeah,
All these pressures on the human body, and which leads to eventually breaking down and overworking yourself to
yeah.
ill health. And,
Right.
what are some of the tips that you could share with us that the modern man and woman and family can implement really quickly to achieve, a well balanced, healthy sleep?
I wish that, certain tips could fix a problem. Sleep is just not something that you achieve at your will and your pleasure. It is something which needs to be practiced very seriously. And it is an approach that you take which takes you through various stages of your life. And it cannot be instantly achieved because as humans, we all go through various issues in our life and we are all at various stages of that issue as well. So we have to progressively go through that cycle in order to achieve the end result, which is peaceful, deep sleep. And so, as a tip, even if I give you any kind of tip, for example, if I say do meditation, so in itself, that is such a huge word, Meditation takes years for people to practice to gain to that equilibrium in life. Or if I say, let us do some exercises. Well, again, you have to prepare your mind and your body in order to gain that state of perfect health. And it's a constant process once again. So, unfortunately, there is no magic word or a magic activity that you can do in order to get peaceful sleep. You have to practice and you have to go through every stage of your life to overcome. You have to do one thing to get to the next level and then ultimately reach your final goal.
Yeah, and sleep is a global problem, but it's a very personal and individual from one person to another person. It all depends on in which situation you are in your life. And based on that, you have to determine what will work for you. Because if we say that, okay, you do this exercise, you do this pranayam or this breathing exercise, it will help you, but it is going to be very, very temporary. When we are talking about that kind of the sleep that permanently you will not have any problem. So the way, so it's an individual. So if you have a problem in your relationship, you work on the relationship first to fix the relationship or come out from the relationship. Otherwise you cannot sleep. It is going to bother you, right? So it's all about, so this is the reason, if we have to give tips, we can say that, okay, renew your life. That means if there are any mess or any problem or confusion in your life, first clarify, get the clarity. If your mind is not focused or if your mind is chattering all the time, learn how to calm down your mind. And the third thing comes, then only you can restore your sleep. So you have to work in all different areas. And your eating habits, when you are eating, what kind of the food you are eating, everything, right? What kind of the people you are meeting. If it's a negative people all the time, you are going to meet them, going to the party, then there kind of the people who are arguing with you, you are absorbing those negative energy within you as well. So it's a lot of things. It's a barometer. Sleep is a barometer. It tells you that you are healthy or not. If you have a good sleep, you have a healthy life, healthy mind, and healthy body. So
I see. So it's not a one size fits all.
No.
No, that is why in our book you will see the tagline is renew your lifestyle, recode your mind, and restore your sleep. So that is why we gave that tagline, because it is not one aspect of your life which is going to fix something. You have to completely
yeah.
overhaul yourself, yes, in order to
Yeah.
gain peaceful sleep.
And also, like many parents, because we are offering many courses, so the parents comes for the children that they are not able to sleep, right? Mostly, and they are not able to focus in school, they are not able to finish their homework, kind of the stuff. And most of the time what we experience, and we found that this is not about the problem with the children, it's a problem with the parenting. Because what happens that when you have so many argument, fight in your house, as if that on a street there is a riots and you are asking child to sit there and meditate, focus. They are not able to do that. The same thing in the house, like the parents, they are not having that kind of the environment for the children. They are unable to sleep, they are unable to focus in their life, in their homework, right? And this is the reason we also tell parents that first of all you have to fix your sleep, your problem, then only children can really focus, children can really fix their. And the reason we are saying all this stuff, because we experienced that we were impacting our children.
Yeah.
Right? So this is the reason it's very, very important to understand, start from checking your life, what is happening and what you need to do in order to fix your life, if you want to fix your sleep, right?
Correct. You bring up a very valid point, because actually, in most families now, when I was growing up, we have to be in bed by 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
9 o'clock, the latest. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way around that. they gonna, we gotta go to sleep,
Right.
and before the parents.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's not uncommon to see a lot of families, the children go to sleep midnight, 1 o'clock, and
Right.
at 2 o'clock,
No.
play video games until like tomorrow morning, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, so it's the parenting.
Yeah, parenting. I think the cause. So this is the reason our book is focusing more parent, because if you fix your parenting, if you align, your children will automatically, because they don't really learn what you say, they learn what you do.
That's true.
So and now the parents, they are sleeping late night, they go to the late parties and all kind of this stuff. What happens that they are really disturbing their body clock. And when you disturb your body clock, you really misalign in a lot of areas in your life, in your mind, the way you think, and you get angry and all kind of this stuff, and you pass this to children, and then they can't sleep, you can't sleep.
It becomes worse. Yeah. So tell us about your personal journey as you were writing this book, and some of the challenges you came across, and that might have actually helped you add more content to the book that could be an inspiration to many.
Well, actually, this book was supposed to be published 2 years ago.
2018 May 5th, that was the date.
Yeah, but then eventually it came out in the year 2022. And the reason for that was because all of a sudden I was not feeling well, and I was hospitalized, and I was misdiagnosed, and eventually that took 2 years of my life, ending up hospitalized. And then I had to come out of that situation, and then I had to get into the recovery phase, which is still ongoing. Turned out to be the worst experience as well. So these were huge challenges, and people who are suffering from the kind of ailments that I went through could not even get up from their bed even after 5 years of recovery. And in my case, and particularly, I was able to regain back my normal self was because of the kind of lifestyle that we have led, and certain practices that we have kept in our life has helped me tremendously to get out of a life-threatening illness that I had. And so,
It was not really life-threatening. What happened that he started having fever and all kind of this stuff. So I just thought that let's go and check, because he was taking he was trying to all the home remedies and everything. But what happened that when we just checked with the doctor, the doctor misdiagnosed, and they put him in a completely different medications. And when the body, his body was never been to this kind of the medications, and it was misdiagnosed, so wrong medicines were given. So what happened that he went into the coma. And when he went into the coma, and it was very difficult because when he was in the coma, he doesn't remember what happened at that time. So, but I was there, and it was 2 years. He was on and off unconscious, because the medicine and whatever was given to him, it was really impacted his brain. So we supposed to be, so in 2018, May 5th, we supposed to be launching our book. So 2017, we finished our book. But after that, May 5th, he was in the hospital. So we couldn't really launch. So I forgot about the book because we wrote, but I was struggling with his health and all kind of the stuff. And this was the first time I visited the hospital and visited the doctors, and it was a new world for me. And I was trying to really understand that how everything works, and if the wrong medicine was given and everything was there and he was in coma and what to do. So what happened that during that time, I really introduced to the energy healing, the Reiki. And I started really giving him Reiki sessions, morning and evening, even though he was in coma. And what happened that after 1 or 2 weeks, the doctor came and told me that he's not going to survive anymore. You call all your family members and inform and all that. But I was doing the energy healing and all kind of stuff, and all my practices, what we have written in our book, all the practices, daily routine I was doing, and not a single night I lost my sleep because of his health or because of this challenging situation in my life, because I was practicing whatever we have written, right? So what happened that, and also I started giving Reiki, and when doctor told me that there are 8 doctors called me and told that he's not, because here that the different department, they treat different things in the hospital, right? So 8 doctors were involved for him. So they called me and they told that he's not going to survive. But when they told, I just told them that, this is what you know, but I'm sure that he's going to survive. And I left the hospital and I went for my work, and the whole day I was able to do work. It's not that I was disturbed, I was crying, nothing. Because what happens that you should have that kind of the mind-body alignment, the mind, body and soul alignment, that doesn't matter what happens around you. You can really sustain and handle. And then, he came out from his coma in a couple of weeks, and doctors and everyone was asking, we never think that it happens. So it's not a miracle. It's what happens that when you follow certain routine, when you practice certain things, no one can lose your sleep. No one can really steal your sleep. This is very important to understand. And after that, what happened based on my experience, because he was very unwell. He was unable, he was not able to recognize who am I. And he was asking me that who he is and who you are, why you are here, kind of the stuff, right? So during that time, I really gained I got a lot of strength, and I understood the actual this particular practice, how well worked in my life. And then, and later on in this book, I introduced the energy healing. After that, this chapter or this code came into the picture after this journey. So it may be possible that the book was waiting, because I think the universe thought that this is not complete. You have to experience and just prove that, whatever you have written is really working. And I proved that one, right? Because not a single day I lost my sleep. I had a deep sleep every single night. Even if they say that he's not going to survive, it didn't bother me. So then I introduced this one. So that way, this is a story of, the latest version of our book.
So in a sense, I think you're trying to say that no matter what's going on around you, if you know how to keep your inner peace.
Center. You are the center in this world. And if you know how to align your center, everything align with you. Everything, the entire world will rotate around you.
Wow. So that's the practices that you're mentioning in the book would teach you how to do that, how to...
Yeah, so it's not only about the sleep, but in order to have a good sleep, you should have a happy mind, happy body, and happy soul.
That's why we repeatedly keep saying that sleep is the barometer of your health. That is what sleep actually translates into. As long as you're sleeping well, that means you're well.
Yeah.
That's what it means, plain and simple.
I have lately realized that too.
Yeah.
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 Actually,
Yeah.
on one of the songs I was writing, I was saying, "Ain't nothing worth more than a good night's sleep."
Sleep, that's very, very important. Because if you have a, see this, the way it works, that if you have a good sleep, you have a good mind, you have a good body, and you have a good soul. And it's also, if you have a good mind, body and soul, then you have a good sleep. So it's a circle.
Correct.
And you have to really decide from where you have to start. You have to decide from where you have to start. So you start not fixing your sleep, because if you fix your sleep without fixing anything else, then you know it will be temporary fix
Temporary fix to.
to the sleep. Temporary.
That's true.
But yeah, if you want a permanent sleep, right? Permanent sleep in the sense like not every single day, it's every night you can sleep. That means you start from fixing your routine. When you early in the morning, when you wake up, you start from that. It's a starting point. When you wake up in the morning, what you do, how you align your mind, how you align your body, how you are connecting with supreme power, right? And then how throughout the day, how you are dealing with your situations and people. You fix that one. And then last is a sleep.
It's very amazing to note that you ask anybody, the only complaint everybody has in today's world is, I don't have time. Ask them for anything, no time. I'm busy, I don't have the time. No, that's not true. You have the time, but you choose not to do what needs to be done, right? Because your sleep is incorrect. You are sleeping the wrong way. And that is why you don't have the time to do the things you need to be doing. And we have mentioned that in our book as well. How to fix that. How to gain more time.
Yeah. Because efficiency and the productivity is lacking nowadays. The lack of time as well, because people are overworked and this one. But we are getting only 3 or 4 hours sleep, but we are very effective and productive in our day-to-day life. The reason, because if you have a sound and good and deep sleep only for 3 to 4 hours, you can wake up at 3:30 in the morning and you can start your day. And when you wake up in the morning, you gain that power and your that kind of the energy. You are very, very productive. So this is the reason it's very important to align with your body clock. You have seen that birds, animals, they wake up early in the morning. They don't wake up noon time.
That's true, eh? They wake up early.
The birds, they wake up early. Before sun rises, they wake up. And the same thing you have to learn, like usually we learn from our parents, but also we started watching the nature. How the nature, you wake up with the nature. When nature, the sun rises, you rise before the sun rises. Right? When the sun sets, you stop eating after the sun sets, because no animals eats after the sun sets. The birds, you watch the birds, right? So you just follow. It's a very simple formula. It's not that we invented or someone else invented, but it's a simple formula. Watch the nature and align with the nature, and everything will align in your life.
Don't do something outside of your nature.
Yeah, and nowadays, including my children as well, my daughter, they sleep late. Before sleeping, they eat. Right? So what happens, the body doesn't get enough time to digest the food, and now you're eating. And as per the body clock, certain time, like from 10 to 2, the body will start collecting the waste from like all the organs, right? They start collecting the waste and put into the bladder, and then then the 2 to 3 another organ will start working and put into the the intestine kind of the stuff. So there is a scientific reason. There's a scientific reason why you have to sleep at this time, because during that period, if you do not sleep, what happens that you are missing that cycle, because internally the body is working. and you're missing that one. Every single day you miss, every single day you miss. What happens after a certain time? Your body is full of toxin, and then you can't sleep. Because what happens when your body is full of toxin, then poisonous gas generate, and the nature of the gas is always go upward. So it goes to your brain, and it gives the pressure to your brain, and you become angry. People talk about, you know, the mood swings and anger and all. You don't need to manage the anger if you align your body clock. Why you need to manage? You don't have anger because there is no pressure.
So you don't get angry because there is no pressure in your brain.
Because what happens that when the people get angry or frustrated, because you do not have ability to handle the situation. You think when you don't get when you get angry, when you do not have ability, when things are not happening as per expectation, and if something happens, you don't know how to handle, so you get angry. You get frustrated, right? So you, why you don't have that ability? The reason because you are not aligned with your body clock. You are tired. You don't have enough capacity to think. And also, this kind of the poisonous gas is also giving a pressure. If you do not wake up before the sun rises, what happens that before that you have to really clean your bladder, you have to remove all, you have to finish your routine, right? You have to empty all the waste from your body, and if you don't do, you miss that cycle, and now it doesn't go properly, and then it generates the gas. And when you wake up 6 o'clock, when you wake up at 6 o'clock is the time of water element, and what happens that the water in your body is so high that you feel very lethargic, you feel very heavy, and you don't feel like to get up. So during all, so what happens that now you're full of waste, full of water, full of poisonous gas, full of toxin, and how your brain can think? So that's what you have to do. You have to keep on cleaning your body from inside, keep on cleaning your mind. So then you feel light and you handle every situation.
I see. Yeah, that's a very great analysis, and yeah, I guess that's why they say don't eat too close to your bedtime.
Yeah.
And have your schedule. I mean, sometimes it's kind of tough.
No, it's not tough. It all depends that what is your priority in your life. See, the health is wealth. People say people understand, but they do not really understand the true meaning of health is wealth. If you do not have time for your health, then how you will have time to make money, because you are so tired all the time. You are angry all the time. So it all depends that, you know, what is your priority in your life. If you give health is a priority, because right now sleep is deprioritized.
That's true.
Regardless of what you do, after 6 o'clock, you should not be eating. End of story. Your last meal must be before 6 p.m. And you go to bed by 9 p.m. or at least
10.
by 10. That's it. Can't go any later than that.
And you wake up early. Like if people say no time, wake up early 3 o'clock and see. You have so many hours. And between 3 to 7 or 8, you can achieve so much. Like by that time, it's it's a middle of day for me, right?
Yes, sir.
It's and you know, because we eat only once, and after 6 we do not eat. So like we are aligning with our body clock, and when we wake up at the 3:30, we are very energetic. We do the meditation, we gain all the energy because you can focus during that time. You can focus more. And at work, like the people take, if I have to make some presentation, people take 2 to 3 days. Within 2 hours I can make my presentation because of the clarity of the mind,
Focus.
the focus, the clarity of the mind. And I'm very productive at work because of this routine. Even though he was sick in the hospital, because of this routine I had so much energy, so much potential in me, and also clarity, that I was at work, like I was balancing hospital and work. And in the work, no one knows, till now they don't know that what kind of the situation I went through, because I was focusing, I was delivering.
Wow.
So sleep is very important. Even though sometimes, like when he's conscious, he asked me to sleep in the hospital with him. I was telling, because I was giving importance to sleep. The reason, because I knew that if I don't give importance to sleep, I'm not going to be healthy person, and if I am not healthy, I cannot take care of him. So in order to take care of him, if I have to make him upset, it's okay. Because I knew that I need more energy to take care of him, because I had to, because only I was the only person who was making money and supporting financially to the family, right? So work was also important for me. So in order to really sustain in the work, in order to really help him for his healing, and also take care of children, I need double energy, and for that I need to have a good sleep, right? So during that situation also, my priority was my sleep, because it was stupid to think about sitting with him in the hospital at night and taking care of him and losing my sleep, losing my health, and then eventually after 15 days or 1 month I cannot help him. I will be also in the hospital.
You both will be in the hospital.
Yeah. So it all depends that what choices you make.
That's true.
During the situation. So people say they do not have time. Like many times the parents says, when they bring their children, they want to fix the children, but they don't want to fix themselves. And I tell them that not children, fix your lifestyle.
They don't want to hear that.
Some parents, they, because you need to, it's a wisdom, right? You should have a wisdom in your life.
True. Yeah. I mean, the wisdom is to know what to do, to read the book and apply the knowledge.
Yeah.
But then that takes wisdom, right?
And ultimately what happens, if you don't have a time to take care of your health, to get enough sleep, eventually you are going to end up in the hospital anyways. You are going to really have to have time to stay in the hospital.
True.
So you have to decide that, now or then, and how.
Yeah. Pay the price now, right? Pay the price now, sacrifice.
And if you want to, and people are behind money, and if you want to make money, this is, our book is also when we talk about the health and healing, it's not about the physical health. It's a sixfold: mental, physical, financial, emotional, spiritual, and your which one, the last one? I think these are the 6, right? Physical.
That's 5. Yeah.
Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, and which one? I think there were 6, right?
Yeah.
I was hang on a second, let me remember. Okay, mental, physical, emotional, financial, spiritual, and
She said mental.
social.
Social.
Social
yeah.
health. Social health.
Social.
So when we talk about the 6, like when we talk about the health and healing, it's a sixfold in your life. So
social health.
So social health is also important. So it's a mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, and social health. When you have a problem with your social health, you have a problem in all different areas. When you have a problem in relationship, you cannot focus in your work. You cannot focus in your health. Your mind is disturbed. And this is the reason, in order to bring abundance, wealth, everything, you align yourself in all 6 areas. And this book is talking about bring the alignment in all 6 areas. So sleep code is to bring alignment in all 6 areas. And in order to do that, fix your sleep. And in order to fix your sleep, fix your routine. Start from morning.
So your nighttime sleep
Depends on the morning routine, and throughout the day how you
Conduct
yourself.
So everything matters.
Everything matters.
Wow.
That is why I didn't give 3 tips.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to do
It
that.
is difficult. It'll be
And
very,
it's-
very
And
naive.
it's a cheating to people, telling that okay, do these 3 things and it will be all right. No, it will not be all right, because we are not talking about the temporary sleep. We are talking about that whatever the sleep you get in the middle of night, you will not wake up.
How do you see the current, culturally, many countries consume caffeine products, coffee, sodas. It's very rampant. You can't run from it. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Sugar is everywhere, and screens are everywhere. But mainly, speaking of the friendly coffee everywhere, how do you see the consumption of coffee, and is it okay, or is it not okay, or is it okay sometimes? Like, how do you see that?
Well, caffeine is a product which actually never leaves your system for at least 8 hours from the time you consume it. So you just buy a coffee right now, you can be rest assured that until 9 p.m., that caffeine stays in your body. And that is going to do all kinds of unwanted things to you. So refraining from having coffee, the latest you can have is by midday. That's it. By 12 noon, you should have finished all of your coffee for the day. Because otherwise, you can be guaranteed that you're not sleeping well tonight. So, no matter where in the world you reside, but coffee is not a beverage which will favor you in any way, shape, or form. So, staying away from that would be a good idea. Well, if you want to have a coffee, have it in the morning, the first time you wake up.
Or by noon, right? By noon you can
Before noon, eh?
Yeah, before noon should be your last cup.
Yeah.
See, you
That's
can
it.
eat, you can eat and drink everything if you want, but if you understand your body clock, then you really try to do as per that body clock, right? So you, like people are now doing the dieting and kind of the stuff. You don't need to do all kind of the stuff, but if you understand that after 6 I will not eat. Before 6, eat whatever you want to eat. Our body can digest. Our body is very intelligent. It can digest anything if you give, but you and before before you eat, do not drink water 1 hour, like at least for 1 hour, and after you eat, do not drink water at least for 1 hour. So if you really follow certain rules, what happens that you are not giving much load to your body. Because what happens sometimes at night you are unable to sleep because because we do not have a user manual how to operate our human body. See, we have whenever we buy something, it comes with a manual. They give you instruction that do this and before do, and then clean this way, that way. But for the human body, we do not have a manual that how to clean our entire system internally. Our brain, our mind, and everything, right? And we do not know that when we have to eat, what we have to eat, and how to drink water. at what time we have to drink water and all kind of the stuff, and how much liter water we have to. So if you really know all kind of the stuff, then this human body, this machine is very easy to operate.
Ayurveda teaches you all of these things. Ayurveda tells you that. Yoga tells you what to do when something is wrong, how to get out of it. So all of these are all huge manuals. These are all huge life lessons.
Yeah.
So these scriptures from Ayurveda are translated in your Sleep Code book. Basically, you've taken excerpts from there that you find very useful for the modern.
And not only Ayurveda, also Vedantas as well, that we have.
These are all ancient Indian texts.
Texts, and Yoga Sutra is a Maharishi Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Nowadays, in the Western world, yoga is very, very popular. But yoga is not about the workout. It's the unity of mind, body, and soul. And that yoga and the Yoga Sutra and Vedanta is giving us the guideline how to live your life, yamas and niyamas. It gives 5 yamas and niyamas. These are the guidelines. If you follow, you will never have any problem. Your life will be aligned. Like I'm just giving you an example. If you hurt someone, if you steal someone's money or something, what happens that you do that unconsciously, but your consciousness is going to really feel guilty, right? And that guilt, that stuff will create the anxiety, fear in you. So all these things, what happens when you are not following certain guideline, lying to people, not to be honest with people, all this kind of the stuff really, really impact your life in a very negative way. But right now it's a shortcut. People don't care about those guidelines,
We have mentioned that in our book too.
So in our book also we have mentioned yamas and niyamas.
That is why I said sleep is just not about lying somewhere and then in your fetal position you just close your eyes. No. It is a big science. And you need to go through it. That is why reading this book may be helpful to you.
Okay, we're almost done. Can you tell us where to find the book and where they can download it? Also, where our listeners can get in contact with you for a one-on-one coaching?
Yeah, you can go to Amazon.ca. in your local Amazon as well. Well, if you are listening to us from another country, you can approach your local Amazon and you can buy the book there. And you can also visit our website at www.artofselfhealing.ca. And you can download the book from our website as well. And the contact information is also there on the website. And you can also look at our media press releases, the amount of interviews and things like that is all available on the website. And so you can get in touch with us, and information about our courses is also on our website, www.artofselfhealing.ca.
And also we have Instagram, social media, right? And Facebook.
Yeah, you can, all the information is on the website. So we are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So you can find us anywhere.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing
Thank
this
you.
knowledge.
And
Thank you for the opportunity. Appreciate it.
And anybody that reads this book will definitely benefit in
Immensely.
multiple ways. Yeah.
Absolutely.